Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Chapter 1, Sociology and Society. We are going to start book introducing sociology. Let us begin with some suggestions that are often made to young students like you. One advice often made is study hard and you will do well in life. The second advice, as often made, is if you do this subject or set of subjects, you will have a better chance of getting a good job in the future. The third could be, as a boy, this does not seem to correct choice of subject. Or as a girl, do you think your choice of subjects is a practical one? The fourth, your family needs you to get a job soon. So why choose a profession that will take a very long time? Or you will join your family business. So why do you wish to do this subject? Let us examine the suggestions. Do you think the first advice contradicts the other three? For the first advice suggests that if you work very hard, you will do very well and get a good job. The onus rests upon the individual. The second advice suggests that apart from your individual effort, there is a job market that decides which subject choice may increase or decrease your chance in the job market. The third and fourth advice complicate the matter even more. It is not just our personal effort or just the job market that makes a difference. Our gender and family or social background also matter. Individual efforts may matter a great deal, but do not necessarily define outcomes. As we saw, there are other social factors that play an important role in the final outcome. Here we have only mentioned the job market, the socio-economic background and gender. Can you think of other factors? We could well ask, who decides what is a good job? Do all societies have similar notions of what is a good job? Is money the criteria, or is it respect or social recognition or individual satisfaction that decides the worth of a job? Do culture and social norms have any role to play? The individual student must study hard to do well, but how well he or she does is structured by a whole set of societal factors. The job market is defined by the needs of the economy. The needs of the economy are again determined by the economic and political policies pursued by the government. The chances of the individual students are affected both by these broader political and economic measures as well as by the social background of his or her family. This gives us a preliminary sense of how sociology studies human society as an interconnected whole, and how society and the individual interact with each other. The problem of choosing subjects in the senior secondary school is a source of personal worry for the individual student. That this is a broader public issue affecting students as a collective entity is self-evident. One of the tasks of sociology is to reveal the connection between a personal problem and a public issue. This is the first theme of this chapter. We have already seen that a good job means different things to different societies. The social esteem that a particular kind of job has or does not have for an individual depends on the culture of his or her relevant society. What do we mean by relevant society? Does it mean the society the individual belongs to? Which society does the individual belongs to? Is it the neighborhood? Is it the community? Is it the caste or tribe? Is it the professional circle of the parents? Is it the nation? Second, this chapter therefore looks at how the individual in modern time belongs to more than one society and how societies are unequal. Third, this chapter introduces sociology as a systematic study of society, distinct from philosophical and religious reflections, as well as our everyday common sense observation about society. Fourth, this distinct way of studying society can be better understood if we look back historically at the intellectual ideas and material context within which sociology was born and later grew. These ideas and material developments were mainly Western, but with global consequences. Fifth, we look at this global aspect and the manner in which sociology emerged in India. It is important to remember that just as each of us have a biography, so does a discipline. Understanding the history of a discipline helps understand the discipline. Finally, the scope of sociology and its relationship to other disciplines is discussed. Now, let us wind up the session and thank you very much for engaging yourself with the Self Learning podcast.